I've heard stories that these people set me up in business. And Mr. Issa now, that's the owner for Lee's, right? He called me and he said he wanted to have a meeting with me. And they took it as a joke, they laugh at me and say, you come here see play, so you know me. So I was an apprentice.
Is Bill Edwards your birth given name? We are living over 23 years. Not much funding, not much financial backing. What was
Not much? You mean none?
Hi, I'm Chantel. I must say I am elated to have you join me for Let's Talk Bill Edwards. On this show, we are going to learn about the man himself, his craft, and his business journey. So sit with me and let's have a chat with Jamaica's fashion legend. Bill Edwards Clothing Company has been in business for over 33 years. I know you didn't know that. Well, today you know. And spread the word. So Mr. Edwards is very gifted, very experienced in this field to be doing this business for over 33 years. Isn't that so, Mr. Edwards?
Isn't that what?
You're in business for over 23 years.
Well, yes, I'm in business for over 33 years. Yes.
Quite very long time.
A lot of successes and a lot of challenges.
Wow.
Yes, but we keep on moving on, pressing on.
I can imagine. And the beauty about it is that even though you have been in business for so long, you're still doing well. You're still doing well, and I can say that based on the product that you put out.
Well, of course, it's the Bill Edwards brand, and we have to try and maintain industry standard and the standard of the Bill Edwards label and brand and what we have set before. So it's really trying to reorganize every year, trying to come with different designs, trying to basically meet the brand standard because we are known for a particular standard in the market. Our customers has entrusted us to outfit them, right? They have trusted us over the years, and with that we have to keep revolutionizing the clothing line for it's relevant to meet the demand. If you're on and the expectation of the customer.
Okay, quite so mistaken.
You understand?
And I must commend you and tell you that you're doing a very great job.
Thank you.
And I have a tough question to ask you. I don't think anyone has ever asked you this question. Is Bill Edwards your birth given name? Come on, Mr. Edwards.
Come on, I am Bill Edwards. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you're gonna leave it at that.
But I am Bill Edwards.
Yes, you are. But is that your birth given name? You don't have to tell us your birth given name.
Yeah, but that's my birth given name. All right.
Yes or no?
Well, my birth given name also consists of Bill. So, if you want to know my birth given name, Billsworth.
Okay.
Edwards.
I expect you to.
Billsworth.
Okay.
So, my mom normally or my dad calls me Bill.
Okay.
So it's Bill Edwards. Nobody knows me as Billsworth.
Okay.
It's only on legal documents.
Okay.
So I'm just Bill Edwards.
Okay.
The brand.
Okay.
The man.
Okay.
Okay.
We'd love to hear your startup story. How you started. What inspired you to become a fashion designer? How the journey started?
Nobody in my family sews.
Okay.
So, my journey started from I was going to Shortwood practice in school.
Okay.
And it pretty much happened when I was somewhere about 12 years old. I was coming from school one evening, and I used to live on Shortwood Road. So I was coming from school one evening, and this tailor shop that is adjacent to where I live, I was passing, and the sound of the machine captivated my attention, and I just pretty much stopped there. And when I stopped, I see quite a few guys in the shop sewing, and I stop at the door and just looking, you know, young boy at 12-year-old.
Okay.
You understand? So I was just looking, and you know, the whole sewing just captivated me. And then the following evening, I went back, stand up at the door with my bag, just watching them again. And it happened for a couple of days, and then one evening, the guy who owned the tailor shop saw me. So pretty much they seen me coming there and looking.
Okay.
Right? So I guess my whole presence caught his attention. So he said to me one evening, "You like sewing?" And I just out of the blue just said yes. And he said, "You want to learn to sew?" And I said, "Yeah." And that's pretty much how I started going to the tailor shop in the evenings, and they would have me cleaning up the place, you know, like an apprentice.
Okay.
I was.
So you actually started your career as an apprentice at a tailor shop.
Yeah,
your
definitely.
Journey started
Yeah,
as a apprentice.
Yes,
Wow.
I was an apprentice. I don't even call myself an apprentice, because I couldn't do anything apart from watching them and then doing the odd job like cleaning up the place in the evening before I go home.
Wow.
You know, buying them lunch or buying just pretty much the gopher boy, the errand guy. You understand? But my own thing is that I don't think they knew what I had.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
I don't think they knew what I had, because right away from I was captivated by the machine. There's something about me that wanted to sew.
Okay.
So I think that whole thing, they never see it, because
Okay.
I was young.
Yes, inexperienced.
And inexperienced. So yeah, that's basically how I started in a nutshell. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting.
But it was coming on to summer.
Yes.
Summer holiday. And you know, when you break for summer, you get like 2 months.
Yes.
So I was going there now full time, and after maybe about 2.5, 3 months, I said to the guy who owned the place, because my sister daughter was going to a little function.
Okay.
So I said to him that, because as I said, I was like doing, from there now I was like changing zippers and
Okay.
doing repairs.
Okay.
Doing,
So you moved from sweeping up and
well, I was still
sending
sweeping. I was still sweeping up, but I was doing more things now, because
Okay.
I'm learning.
Okay. So you start to.
So they have started entrusting me with doing other stuff. So I was like
Okay.
pressing pans and
Okay. So
you
that's
know,
where you actually learned to press.
that's where I learned. That's where I learned to do everything in sewing.
Okay.
You understand? So I said to him, I wanted to make something for my sister's daughter, for this thing that she was going. And they took it as a joke, you know, they laugh at me and say, you know, you come here sweet place, so you know for sew. Right? So with all of that, I said to him, just give me a chance. So I went and I cut the outfit and I sew it.
You cut the outfit all by yourself.
All by myself.
No one. You have
No.
no training.
Nothing.
Prior, nothing.
Nothing.
You
I
just cut the
cut the
outfit.
outfit.
So how did you take the measurement to cut the outfit?
I took it. Remember, it's my sister's daughter, so I took it at home.
Or you took it?
took the
Did you
measure-
have someone?
No. I took the
Okay.
measurement at home,
Wow.
and I cut the outfit and sew it, and they were all amazed.
Wow.
That's basically when they started taking me serious, and that was just about 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
so that's when And you know, because remember now, I'm a kid, so he said he want to talk to my mom, and I told her, and she went over there, and he was telling her that this guy have some talent, you know, he has talent
From an early age.
from an early age.
And look at you now.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know, and that, Mr. Edwards, you know, from such a early age until now, how you managed to keep up? How you managed to be consistent?
Oh my God.
So, Bill Edwards Clothing Company really have been around for way more than 33 years from when you were a child.
Well,
The journey
well,
started from there.
well, I was sewing when I was going to school, you know. I had a machine.
Oh,
so,
you eventually got a machine?
yeah, man, my mother bought me a machine and I put it on my veranda.
Okay.
So while I was going to school, when I leave school, I would go to the tailor shop. And when I leave the tailor shop, I would go to home and sew for
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
So that's pretty much how I used to do it back then.
Okay.
You understand? So how I sustain it, I don't even know. You know, I mean, I'm in it so long now. It's my life. You know,
Okay.
it's pretty much my life.
I guess that's why you're so passionate about it and why your clothing brand, you keep on investing and pumping into it so much.
Well, the truth is, yeah. I mean, if you want I really see Bill Edwards as an international brand. You understand? That's pretty much my
Your
dream,
vision.
my vision.
For Bill Edwards Clothing Company.
Yes, all clothes has been worn internationally, but when I said international, I want wherever
To
to
be
go to be
established.
established.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a Ralph Lauren, you have
Okay.
a Calvin Klein, you
Okay.
have, you know, designer the world over.
Yeah.
I think that our brand
Yes.
can measure up
Yes.
to any international brand, and that's where I want to take the brand.
Yes.
When I take the brand to that level, then you know I can leave it now.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Okay, Mr. Edwards. Where was your first brick and mortar? Your first building location? You finally have yourself a shop now. You can do business.
Okay, my first location was just a little shop in New Kingston, Dumfries Road,
Okay.
and I think that was 1990.
Okay.
I had a shop in New Kingston, just a small.
How did you go about obtaining that shop? You went looking for shop, got a
Yes,
shop,
ye-
or someone saw your talent, saw what
No,
you can do?
no. I was sewing at home.
Okay.
Basically, I was sewing at home, and I decided that it was time
Okay.
to go out there and fish for myself.
Okay.
You know, establish
Yeah.
the brand.
Okay.
I don't even know if I should call it brand then, you know, but establish. I wanted
Yeah.
to go out there now and establish myself.
Okay.
So I was looking for somewhere, and I got this shop
Okay.
at I think Dumfries Road.
Okay.
Just a small shop, and I used to sew. I had a display area, so what we would do, I would sew in the back, and then display the clothes in the front.
Okay. Okay.
And it took off from there. You know, we had clientele. We up to now we have customers from those days
Okay.
that would say, you know, they still have this and they still have that. Oh, I don't know how they do it.
So back then you were
You
also
understand?
doing linen, or you were doing other materials?
I was
as well?
doing different materials, not just linen.
Okay.
But all the materials I was doing back then, I used to buy locally. You understand? So,
okay. But
so
then you were buying local.
I was buying locally.
Okay.
So it's like all the players in the market, all the designers, we used to shop pretty much at used to have maybe about 4 or 5 good stores that you could get fabric from.
Okay.
So nobody had nobody had no competitive edge. Everybody was
Okay.
just buying from the same. Is who could come up with different designs.
Okay.
You understand?
Back then.
Right.
Okay.
So how I established myself is that I wanted something different. I wanted Bill Edwards to be a clothing line
Okay.
of some form of reputation.
Okay.
You understand? So with that now I did my own feasibility study, and I went away and I got what I wanted. I established this Italian linen,
Okay. Okay.
right?
So
And
it's when you actually traveled overseas, you came in contact with linen, Italian linen, and you decided that this is the market I'm going into.
look, man, I remember the first time I traveled to New York. That's when Fashion District was buzzing. No Fashion District again. That's when it was buzzing. And somebody introduced me to this store that only deals with linen at the time. And when I went in there,
Wow.
I had a hism. I was so damn on. I lose my senses.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Felt
lose
like first love.
it. Oh God. Yes,
Okay.
I lose my senses. That's where my love for linen started,
Okay.
because I never knew that you had linen of those quality.
Okay.
I remember I used to buy linen from some local store here,
Yeah.
and it's always the drag. They get ends, they get closeouts. Nothing as refined as what we have gotten used to.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when I saw those, it was really a turn on for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Was Bill Edwards casual wear always been your clothing brand, or your logo, your clothing line, your logo line, or was there another? Or you had another brand name prior?
All right. We had a not when I started.
Right.
I never used to operate under Bill Edwards, which is the name of the brand now. I started operating under Icky. IKK high,
Okay.
not HICKEY.
Okay.
But the jargon for that was the clothes that leaves the mark on you,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
that is the label that I used to use back in the
then.
90s,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
IKKI, Icky, right? But when I started the linen line, because remember when I was using the Icky label, it was like cotton everything,
Okay. Just about anything.
just about anything.
Okay.
But how the Bill Edwards brand started
Mm-hmm.
is when I started the Italian linen line,
Okay.
and I started doing wholesale.
Okay.
And I remember Lee's was one of my first customers. Lee's New Kingston.
Okay.
A guy named Victor James. He
Okay.
died now, God bless him so. And Victor loved the clothes at the time, and he bought some, and we were just pushing them out of Lee's like truck.
Like hot bread.
Yes.
They didn't stay.
Look, those were the days. You understand? I can tell you. And they were moving at that rapid pace, right? Customers was coming in and asking for Bill Edwards for the brand.
Okay.
And Mr. Issa now, that's the owner for Lee's,
Right.
right? He called me and he said he wanted to have a meeting with me.
Okay.
And he was the one who gave me the idea
Okay.
to brand Bill Edwards.
Okay.
So he said to me, Bill, you have something great. You need to restructure it, brand it.
Yes.
And from there, I got the idea. And that's where the Bill Edwards brand was started.
Bill Edwards casual wear.
The Bill Edwards casual wear
Okay.
started, but more so Bill Edwards.
Okay.
So, and that started around 1994,
Okay.
somewhere along that line.
Wow.
And from there, that's where the
Until present.
until now, yes.
You've been making a wonderful impact.
Well,
Mr. Okay. Tell us about some of your early challenges in business. Starting up as a young designer, not much funding, not much financial backing. What were some of the challenges?
not much. You mean none? Well, I think that basically all small business people in Jamaica have the same story.
Okay.
So I don't think I am unique in this. We pretty much start with nothing and grow the business gradually, just grow it. I never started with any real funds, you know. I can tell you
Or with
stories.
anyone seeing the talent and
No.
investing in
Well,
them.
I've heard stories that is people set me up in business and all that crap, which when I hear them, I just smile because people don't know where Bill
The
Edwards
story,
really
the
coming
journey.
from, the journey.
Yeah.
You understand? So this in itself is good. What you're doing, where I can explain to people who don't know the Bill Edwards journey or the Bill Edwards story.
Or you can make a story.
You understand? Or yeah, where I can make my story be known, because when I started out, there were so much challenges. You know what I mean? I never had money to buy fabric. I pretty much, you know, the same story.
So
Same story.
starting, right? You actually it's the money that you for the work that you would have done in those days, or the clothing that you would have that you sold in those days, that you would save and actually buy more stuff or expand on your brand, or that's where you actually get the money from what you make and sell.
Well, when I remember now, I was always sewing when
Right.
I'm going school,
Right.
right? So I would have a saving.
Okay.
So I've always saved.
Yeah.
That is, I met Samir Yunis
Yeah.
when I was young in a fabric store.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think he died now.
Okay.
And he said to me one time, I can't remember, "Young man, I hope you're saving." I never forget that. And from that time, I've started always to put away something.
Okay.
So during those days when I started out,
Yeah.
I have my own little pocket money where I could, help myself.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I would, I used to sew for like, entertainers too. So it's
Okay.
not just a clothing line.
Okay.
We used to sew, we used to do custom made,
Back then.
right, custom made clothing,
Okay.
right, that I would sew for people and stuff, and but that in itself is idea. So that's
what
why
really boosted the business then for it to become?
I'm glad you asked that question, right? So when Bill Edwards started the brand, when we started moving up,
Right.
Jampro had a program, PSDP or something like that, private sector development project or something. So I was a part of that,
Okay.
right? And in tandem with Jamaica Manufacturers Association and JEA, Paulette Roden, Miss
Right.
Roden,
Okay.
she died too, God bless her soul. We used to do trade shows, right? So we would have trade show all over the region.
Okay.
So we had trade show in Barbados, St. Martin, Martinique, Grenada, St. Lucia. We do a lot of trade shows.
Okay.
And the thing about those shows is that you could take with you products to sell.
Okay.
So they have designated days for like buyers, like if you have a store,
Yeah.
and then you will have like 3 days open to the public.
Okay.
So I used to make crazy money those times. That
Okay.
is how I really started making money,
Okay.
because and that is how I'm known
Okay.
in the Caribbean
Okay. From the trade show.
from the trade shows.
Okay. So the trade show was your favorite.
No, the trade show was great for us.
Okay.
Great. I used to make crazy money
Yeah.
back in those days, back in the 90s,
Right.
because it was easier. You can't do it now,
Yeah.
because those days you could travel,
Mm-hmm.
and we would get deals from Air Jamaica,
Okay.
right? So you see those bins that we have here.
Yeah.
Those are the bins that we used to travel with, and we used to do great. So I think that is one of the things that propelled Bill Edwards in terms of we financing ourselves through.
Okay.
I do major trade shows, over the world in those days. I do the Magic International. We do the surf in Orlando.
Okay.
we do, you know, we do a lot of shows, and you know, we have won so many awards also
And
from those shows.
And with you mentioning your awards, right? My next question is, which award was your first award?
Okay, I think the Singer Award.
Oh, you got an award from Singer.
I got an award from Singer.
Okay.
I think that was my first award from Singer. And that's so long, but I have it in the office. I think that was my first award from Singer.
You'll be sure to
You can feature it, yeah, on one of your next episode. But yeah, I think the Singer Award would be my first award.
Okay.
And then we used to get Best of Shows award from the trade show. You know, we used to get Best of Show. I think I've gotten 3 or so consecutive award, and then I think they weren't giving me again because I'm winning so much that
they wanted to give.
They wanted to give. Yes, I think so. Because to be honest with you, my brand has always stand out when we go to trade shows. You always find even other designers come and want to wear the Bill Edwards brand.
Okay.
Because we were so professional and our quality was so good, and so you find a lot of designers always, and they always vote for me to win the award. So
okay.
yeah.
Because you were deserving of it.
Well,
another day we'll discuss your many awards.
yeah.
Okay, and as you said, you started stitching at first, right? My next question is, when you used to stitch, what did you enjoy stitching the most?
Oh, what did I enjoy stitching the most? Can I tell you, I was so neat that I pretty much enjoy stitching anything.
Okay. So you were able to stitch a shirt, a pants, a jacket, a shorts, a skirt, a dress. Was there anything you could not stitch?
Well, was there anything I couldn't stitch at the time? I pretty much, as a creative person, even if I didn't get it 100,
right.
You understand? I would go over it back, and if you understand how to construct a garment,
Yeah.
right? If you understand the regiment how to construct a garment, then even if you don't get it right at first,
yes.
eventually you get it right. I was good at pants, making pants. I used to make some really good pants for ladies, to fit ladies. You understand? And as you can see here, I am great with measurements.
Yes.
You understand? So I used to, like, when I make the pants, it sits on the ladies. So if there's anything I used to love make, then I could say women pants.
Okay.
You understand? Because I was the go-to guy for making pants for women.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Well, this question has brought us to the end of our first episode, the genesis of Bill Edwards casual wear. Mr. Edwards, thank you again. It is truly a pleasure. Truly a pleasure, sir.
You're welcome.
And now, let's look at a unique attribute of the legend himself. One of the unique features of the Bill Edwards shirts is its selection of buttons. If you have ever come close to a Bill Edwards shirt, you will for sure admire its selection of buttons. For example, here we have two shirts. One, he goes with the choice with a button color that, you know, something from the fabric here, from the material itself, like same color line, right? However, for this shirt that is multicolored, it chose to go with a white button, and it is still outstanding. It is still admirable. It's not off. So let's get into the mind of Bill Edwards and try to understand how he goes about choosing buttons so perfectly for his shirts. Mr. Edwards, we would love to know.
Well, Chantel, all right. For me, my button is a passion of mine, right? If you notice, Bill Edwards buttons are branded with the brand name.
Right.
So it has to be personal for me to do what I do.
And I believe these buttons were custom made for you, right? For the
Yeah,
brand itself.
Yeah, but that's why the name Bill Edwards. If you look at the
Engraved
buttons,
in the buttons.
it's engraved Bill Edwards.
Okay.
But basically, buttons for me also is a part of a design.
Oh.
So it's really one's thinking, one's design, able to put things together. I can't. It's not a science. You understand?
Well, not for you, but for us.
Maybe for you, but for me, no. I create things before I literally make it. So I create it in my head.
Okay.
Right? Just like when I'm ordering buttons, I order unique colors, I order unique designs. Because right away I'm creating things
In your head.
in my head.
Head.
Right.
Okay.
So I hear you mention about this, but if you notice, yeah, I might use a creamish whitish button because it's a pastel.
Okay.
Right? And what you have to understand also is that the buttons speak for the design.
As well.
Yes, it speaks for the design. So I could use a button and the whole design just flat. It doesn't show.
That's true, but I've seen many outfits, many shirts, pieces of clothing.
Right.
And I don't think the mind behind those clothing were thinking about the impact of the button on the design itself. But with you, it's quite different.
Well, again, as I said, you have shirts and you have shirts.
That's
or you have
true.
design and you have designs.
Yes.
You understand? As I said, my buttons are designs.
Yes.
I work with designer buttons. So my button speaks for the design. You understand me?
Yes.
Because I could put button on a shirt and you don't see the design.
That's true.
And I put another set and design just
That's true.
speaks for itself. So
That's
if I explain it the way I can, that's how I do
Well,
it.
it's good enough, but I don't think it will be too good enough for us to ever get that concept or the formula.
No, that's
of
a
doing
bit.
it as good as you.
It's like the
As
KFC
you.
recipe. It's a Bill Edwards formula.
Nobody does it better.
So I'll leave it for you guys. If you can figure it out, I'll leave it for you.
Okay, so there you have it. You hear it from the man himself, how he goes about choosing his buttons for each pieces. Thank you for joining us for this episode, and we look forward to see you again for the next episode.
Spread your wings.